Welcome to the podcast series where we talk about different topics which are at the intersection of AI and security. Hi everyone, I'm Anuj Jaiswal. I'm Chief Product Officer at Fortanix, and today I'm here with.
Hi everyone, Manish Bhaskar, VP of Product at Fortanix. So Anuj, you talk to a lot of CISOs, CIOs, and sometimes even CTOs, right?
Yeah.
How do they handle compliance? Is it like a checklist item for them? Is it yes or no? How does it work?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question. I've been talking to so many CIOs and the CISOs and the security practitioners, and the learning has been very enlightening. Compliance is something which is top of the mind. Every company, be it in the banking, financial, healthcare, public sector, all the regulated industries, they are really looking at compliance as a big measure because compliance helps them build trust with their customers, and it is very important for us when we are building the solutions, when we are building the products. We help them provide the products and tools and ammunition so that they are compliant. One of the biggest important thing what we've been learning is how secure is their environment from the cryptography standards perspective, right? And it's very baffling and sometimes disturbing to learn from some of our customers that when we ask, okay, how do you do the audit? And sometimes the answer comes out to be like, oh, we maintain an Excel sheet, we take the inventory of the items. And when you hear about it, you feel like, oh, there's a genuine problem what our customers they are facing right now in the modern world, where they don't have a very good tool which provides an entire holistic view of their cryptographic security. And looking at that, when you don't have that cryptographic security posture, how do you tell the auditors to say that you are using RSA key, or you're using quantum safe keys, or whether all your services are protected, whether your hybrid environments are safe? I mean, the data sprawl is increasing. It's just not stopping, right? Every day we hear about the breaches. Just last year, you see the 2024 stats, the data breach cost has increased from what was to be 4.45 million to 4.8 million.
4.8 million. Yeah.
So the breaches are increasing, and it is very, very imperative for enterprises to make sure that they are compliant.
Yeah.
So to answer your question in short, look, compliance is very, very important to all our customers, and it is our job to help all the security professionals, the CISOs, the CIOs, to be compliant wherever their data is.
Excellent.
And Manish, that leads me into your main focus area, Key Insight. So tell us about a Key Insight. How enterprises like in banks, in financial institutions, healthcare, public sector, retail, how can they take Key Insight to be crypto vigilant and also ensure all these policies, because every organization has different policies, right? Of course, there's PCI DSS, there's GDPR.
Sure.
But how does Key Insight works and enables the customers or these enterprises to be compliant?
Excellent. So you actually said one thing, Anuj. You said customers maintain, they all have encryption at some level, right? You said one thing, that they maintain it through Excel sheets, they maintain it through manual processes and so on, right? What customers are asking us to do is, I want to be compliant, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But before that, from an encryption perspective, to be compliant, you need to know what your encryption is today.
Correct.
Okay, so you need to have the first level of thing is ability to discover your existing clouds, on-prem, network, container infrastructure, all of it, right? The first step is to be able to discover it, and that will help you assess the risk.
Absolutely.
Getting discovery itself is an extremely hard thing for an enterprise. We are talking 10, 20, 30, 40,000 keys spread across cloud, on-prem, multiple deployments, right? So Key Insight actually makes it easy for you. In minutes, you will be able to point Key Insight to these resources and minutes, it will collect all the inventory.
I'll hold you accountable to minutes, you said. Okay, carry on.
It is minutes. I didn't say how many minutes, but it is minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. In minutes, it will be able to collect the inventory for you. And not only that, based on NIST-based policy by default, right? It will actually provide enterprises an assessment of their existing state of union. So now instantly they can see whether they are towards compliance or away from compliance.
Okay.
First step of it. Yeah.
So you talked about, inventory, discovery, great, sounds good. You also talked about within minutes, you know, once you're running it across your multi-clouds, be it your CSPs, be it your on-premises, Key Insight gets the entire discovery of the data. You get a exciting dashboards. You get the risk assessment. So let's delve deeper into the inventory and the risk assessment. So what does the platform do in terms of flagging whether there are challenges with the key strength, whether there are challenges with the key rotation? And I'm sure there are some interesting customer stories which you can share with us without, of course, naming the customers. How an enterprise can leverage the benefits of Key Insight, where Key Insight can flag some of these risks so that customers can go or enterprises can go and remediate those.
Yeah, so the journey for Key Insight, like I said, begins in first pointing Key Insight to your cloud, to your infrastructure, to your databases and so on, right? So once it collects the inventory, we provide a base NIST policy that has the definition of what are the allowed key strengths, what is NIST defined standards, how long should, like for example, a database key, NIST says it needs to be rotated every 2 years, right? So we collect the metadata about the keys at multiple different levels, multiple different points, and then cross-analyze and correlate the data against each other. So we will provide you the information of when the key was initiated, when the key was last rotated, whether it's coming up to expiration. Like in the case of databases, it's coming up to expiration in the next 30 days, like the 2-year expiration time is coming up in the next 30 days. What are the key types that you have? Which keys are encrypting which services? Which services are not encrypted? Which services are encrypted? How many keys are used to encrypt the service? Typically, NIST says you need to use one encryption key for one service.
Correct.
Right? Key Insight will actually show you, hey, is that true? Or are you using one key to encrypt like 5 different services? Right? I'll give you a story. One federal customer came to us and they were so happy that they were actually rotating the keys every 6 months. And that was their internal policy. By the way, you can customize policies within Key Insight as well, right? But this customer, I'm sorry to laugh, but it is a little funny because this customer was so happy that they had an amazing process to rotate keys every 6 months, but they were not actually enabling the app to use the new rotated keys. So the app was actually using a 6-year-old key when they were rotating every 6 months. So Key Insight actually showed them that this key is rotated, yes, but the app is actually not using this key. They were like, oh dang, this is fun.
And that's what Key Insight.
Key Insight gives this information to you in minutes, which they did not realize for 6 years. Think about it.
Wow.
That is step 1 to compliance.
Awesome. No, that was great. So look, as an enterprise, I have so many different HSM providers, right? And I have my entire services which are running on premises. I have several services running in the CSPs. Now, how does Key Insight brings in that single pane of glass where I can look at keys coming from different HSM, or it could be coming from Data Security Manager? So just Key Insight helps me solve this massive problem where I have heterogeneous HSMs involved everywhere. Can it provide me that detailed insights?
Yeah, actually with Key Insight, in the last release, we actually launched this feature where Key Insight can now correlate against your DSM instances. DSM is Data Security Manager. Fortanix is key management solution, right? Not only with DSM, but it can also correlate information with external HSMs of the world, right? So the way you do that is you point a DSM to these key management stores, And as part of the inventory, we collect the correlation information and help you correlate where the app is and how each of the keys will tell you exactly which key is located in which DSM, which cluster or external HSM, and give you an immediate cross link into that particular HSM for you to be able to easily manage it. See, think about it.
Yeah.
Without Key Insight, you would have to first understand where the key is.
Yeah.
Then you would have to search against thousands of keys
Absolutely.
against your distributed deployments of key management systems. Takes time, makes it harder,
Yeah.
is erroneous.
Yeah.
With Key Insight, with a click, you have instantly know where the key is, and you can cross launch and actually get to your compliance sooner, more efficiently.
All right. So if I'm a security practitioner, you have already enabled me to connect to multi-clouds as well as my hybrid environments. I can look at the security posture across this entire, end-to-end with
Yeah.
a single pane of glass. No story is completed without post-quantum cryptography.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure you are very excited. Look, one of the challenges what I have seen when I'm talking to customers is post-quantum cryptography is a big challenge. And with the quantum computing advancement, this challenge has been becoming real every day. And one of the most important steps of being quantum safe is first to get the inventory, first to understand where is the challenge with the quantum safety, right?
Yeah.
So help me understand how Key Insight can be beneficial to the enterprises who are really looking to be ready for the post-quantum cryptography.
Yeah. Post-quantum cryptography is not if, it is when, right? It is coming. We all know it.
Yeah.
Look at the recent news that all these big hyperscalers are introducing their own chips, and it is a real thing today.
Correct.
So as we know, financial institutions, multiple big banks, multiple healthcare enterprises have come to Fortanix and said, guys, we have to be PQC compliant, PQC ready, right? By 2030, by 2028,
Yeah.
depends. Each of them is a roadmap of 3 to 5 years. Where do we start?
Where do we start?
The first answer to that is you need to know your state of union today. You need to know, first you need to have a discovery of your crypto inventory, right?
Yeah.
You have to discover that. And then you need an assessment on what parts of your enterprise is crypto ready, what is not. Like for example, if a particular key is based on AES 256, that is typically deemed crypto ready today, right? But there are thousands of places where RSA 2048 or other keys are used. Key Insight can immediately flag that for you. Where the keys are located, how many keys are crypto ready, how many keys are not, how many services are using the keys that are crypto ready, and so on and so forth. So we are actually stay tuned. We're actually coming out with an exciting new capability in roughly about a month's time, where it's going to be the industry's #1 feature to get customers excited about.
Tell us about it.
Tell you about it?
Yes.
Tell you about it?
Yes.
All right. It's called PQC Central. And this is sort of industry's first view of customers being able to get a complete holistic view across their enterprise of their PQC readiness, a summary of it, a 50,000 foot level, ability to drill down into the micro detail at 1 foot level, and actually plan their roadmap towards getting PQC ready. By the way, Key Insight, as you know, Anuj, is part of our data security platform.
Yes.
We integrate deeply with Fortanix DSM, the data security manager, which is also part of the platform. And Fortanix's DSM is PQC ready today. It has the algorithms today. So customers in one shot, end to end, can actually discover, assess, and plan their transition, plan a roadmap towards transition in one platform across end to end, across the board, right? Amazing
Awesome.
Capability coming very soon.
Awesome. Well, I'm very excited to see this.
Yeah.
And I am excited to see how, the new innovations, what you have planned for the Key Insight, help the enterprises to achieve that post-quantum readiness,
Awesome.
and as well as stay compliant with all the new compliances which are coming out in the market.
Excellent.